17. I've been stuck in this cave for what seems like forever. We're running out of air steadily. There are monsters everywhere, and all I can find is this note as a clue. It says, "Minor Willie was here." What does it mean? Okay, here we are on the Amiga version, which looks awful. My goodness, it's like a really generic old style scan of the Spectrum's cover. We want Manic Miner rather than Manic Miner 2 because Manic Miner 2 is basically just a zoomed in higher graphic version of Manic Miner 1, which stops you from being able to see what you're actually doing properly. So let's go for it. Manic Miner. That didn't sound healthy. My goodness. Let's hope this works. Right, we've got a nice version of this intro, and it looks like it's basically a slightly updated version of the Commodore. So let's see how it plays. Press fire to start. Yeah, this is the Commodore basically, but we haven't used joystick. Okay, that's no problem. We can do this. So, there's the first key. Okay, that music is going to get really annoying really quickly. Okay, nothing turns the music off, so there. We're just going to mute it because my goodness, that is bad. And I can't believe I just jumped and did that. Okay, let's do this properly now. Did I listen? I know that this version is correct because I had to download it to get a copy that worked, because mine didn't. But I hope I haven't left the infinite lives on, because that's not what we want. Otherwise I'll be here all day. Pixel perfect jumping is so bad on these games, especially when you're using a joystick rather than keyboard. Oh, my goodness. Come on, we can do it, we can do it. It's so tense. Come on, come on, come on. At least we're down into an area where we're alright now and we can just walk. My goodness, come on. Now it's got me singing it. Oh my goodness. This game, if you haven't played it, then where have you been for the last 30 years? It is a classic, an absolute classic, and this version, even though it's clearly just the Commodore 64 version stuck on an Amiga, is very good. So, I'm impressed. Right, let's hope this penguin gets out of the way. Come on, penguin, out the way. Oh. My goodness. Now this is the hard one, because if you don't start running and jumping straight away, that, what is it, an ostrich? It just attacks you. So, let's get that one. Now I'm running through these first few levels pretty quickly because having played this since the 80s, I kind of know what I'm doing on this particular one. It's when we get past this that we have problems. Right. This is essentially as far as I used to be able to get when I was a kid because I wasn't very good at this game. So let's see how far I can get now. I have to say that this Amiga version, and although it is just a C64 running on an Amiga, it is very good. It's a very nice port. It runs very fast, it's smooth, it's got no color clashing, it's just good. So I'm impressed, this is really good. We'll see how far I can get and then we'll jump over and see how it's originally supposed to have been on the Spectrum, because the Spectrum is pretty much the definitive version. But this copy of it on the Amiga is excellent. As far as classic gaming goes, this is as good as it's going to get. Okay, this one I hate. The biggest problem that I have with this particular level is that the big fat guy in the middle with the glasses, he is annoying. There's no two ways about it. He's annoying. Really annoying. And I think I've done this wrong. How do I get down again? Oh, that's it, yeah. And, yeah. Oh, I didn't leave the infinite last one. That's good. You've got to time this so perfectly when you're dealing with this guy. Okay, he should be down far enough that when I get over there, I can just jump up. Yeah, he is. Oh, for goodness sake, I've just done it wrong. Ah! Oh my goodness. Frustration is the name of this level, I tell you. Come on. Right, we've got to get over the other side and pick up this furthest one on the right hand side before we can even think of... Ah! Oh my goodness! Oh, I can't believe that happened. Okay, right. Turn the music back on, because this is actually really, really good. The music is great, the graphics move smoothly, everything just works so well, it's great. So that's the Amiga version. Now we're going to go and see the Spectrum. The sound's not quite as good. And we'll probably be turning it off very quickly. Let's move this joystick out of the way, because the advantage of the Spectrum version is I can use the keyboard, which means we've got pixel perfect jumping. So turn it down a bit. My goodness. Terrible, terrible music. Yes, this one is on an emulator. Now the thing about the Spectrum version is that, yeah, we get all the problems with the colour clash, but it doesn't detract from it. The thing about the Spectrum version is that the music is actually playing in the times that the screen isn't updating, which allows it to do smooth music and play the game smoothly. The whole thing is just running in the 48K ZX Spectrum, which is amazing when you think about it. And the advantage of the Spectrum version of the Amiga version is if I press enter, the music turns off. Oops. I'll stop talking as much and actually pay attention to what I'm doing now. The sound effects don't turn off, the music does, which is great because the music is annoying. Just like on the Amiga version, it's repetitive, it's bleepy, and it just gets on your nerves after a while. So, there we go. We got it turned off. And here we are. Ah! Pixel perfect jumping is required. And I think we may end up having a couple of goes on this. Because if I die in the first level, that's just bad and wrong, and we can't have that, can we? My goodness, I can't believe I was so lucky there. That wasn't good management, that was just plain luck. This monster is one of the most annoying ones for the entire game. He's etched in my brain forever, this guy, this little yellow guy with the stomach mouth thing that's going on, and there's basically a trumpet head. I don't know what he's supposed to be, some sort of wind-up toy, I think. But my goodness, he's difficult. And there's the bit on the Spectrum that you don't get on the other versions. The weird, trumpety, flugelhorn style sound at the end, when all the air drains out. Which is cool. I like that sound. I don't know whether that's supposed to be a lollipop or a tennis racket or what. That sound is cool. But if you notice, there's not an awful lot of difference between this version and the Amiga version, which is good because it's a proper a very respectful copy of the game, essentially. It's very enjoyable. And talking of respectful, we'll see that not all versions are in a moment when we look at the version of Manic Miner 2 on the Amiga disc, the one that we didn't look at, because I'll show you that in a moment, and my goodness, to be honest with you, without wanting to spoil it, I think it ruins the game. Okay, now we're up to the bits where I'm not as good, so I'm going to concentrate an awful lot more, so see about this. But the advantage of original Manic Miner is that you can see the whole level at once, which means that you can plan ahead what you're doing. You can't do that on Manic Miner 2 unless you already know the layout of the level. So that's not very good, is it? Because it means that, well, what do you do? You've got to play it to know where you're going. So I'm glad that they gave you both versions so you can go, screw this. Updated graphics don't help when you can't see what you're doing. I now remember the way to jump to get back. I'm sure that that one I've just jumped off is moved on the Amiga version to give you a better idea of how to do it. Maybe not. Okay. Right. Yushin is much smaller on this version. No, we've got to wait a bit. But we've got to remember that this one in the bottom left, nearest to the stripy gate that we're heading to at the end, that's one has to be picked up last, because once you've got all of the things to collect, Yushin will drop down onto the gate and stay there, meaning you can't complete the level. So that's very annoying, so we've got to remember to get that one last. We've also got to remember that this requires a pixel-perfect jump right on the edge of this platform. And we didn't do it! Oh my goodness, we didn't do it! Oh. One more try. Okay, we've got to get back to that level, so we'll go quick. But it requires pixel-perfect jumping right from the edge of the ledge, which is why I don't generally get past that level. It's... Oh. I have been past it, and I know that there's those Pac-Man guys on pogo stick legs after it. But... oh my goodness. It's so frustrating at times when you think, I know exactly what I have to do, I just can't do it. So we'll see how we go. Here we go, up to these... what is it, potato waffle? I don't know, but it's the gate that we have to go out of. Anyway, oops. I'm going to do this level a bit differently, because I just realised there's nothing stopping us from picking that up, is there? Just now. Yeah, there is. Oh, I've done it the wrong way, now I have to die in order to get any further. Okay, well... that wasn't the best plan I've ever had, let's put it that way. Okay, we'll get that, since we can. And then it stops us having to run back and forward and dodge that penguin later on. Okay, yeah, that plan works better. And then we just drop down and wait and wait and wait. And then do what everyone has to do and jump up and down until the penguin's gone. Well, that was easier. Right. Oops, no, don't jump twice, we need to go that way. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh my goodness. It gets stressful at times when you're having to jump over these ostriches. Because it's all about timing and getting it perfect. Okay, now we're back to here. wonder just what would happen if we played this game while wearing a heart rate monitor, because it does get quite stressful. I'm sure we'd end up looking like we're dead at some points. With just woof, 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 woof. Or maybe I'm just getting too into it. What do you think? Answers in the comments and down below. You don't have to. Oh my goodness. Don't walk off the edge of that. I've done that in the past and you do not like the results. That doesn't look like you should be able to do that. I can see exactly why the Amiga version has that particular platform moved slightly over to the left. Okay, now we're back to Eugene and all the problems that entails. Can we go away from him to drop a bit so that he's going to be below us when we get there? Yeah, we're going to be okay with this for the moment. Find we time it correctly, which, okay, we have this point. And then here's the last one that's simple to get. Then we jump. Oh, no. Ah! Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's simple to get it, but you can't get back out. Oh my goodness, come on. We've got one more chance. One more chance. We can do this. We can do this. Come on, deep breaths. It's all about timing and getting everything right. It's a really difficult game, but it's one of those where, yeah, it's difficult, but you appreciate it for its difficulty, because once you've managed to achieve stuff, it feels like an achievement, as opposed to some modern games which really just seem to give you everything on a plate. Okay, pixel perfect jump, and oh my goodness, yes. Yes, we did. Oh, back again. No, oh, I thought that was too far there, my goodness. That was stressful. What? Weird. That had me confused there, my goodness. Okay. Wait, he's now essentially at the top. And yeah, he's going to jump down and we've got one chance to get in. If you don't get it, he won't move back off the top there. Okay, this one's hard. And I'm not sure I know the technique for doing it. Right, I'm going to try going through the middle and hope for the best. Ah! Oh my goodness, I can't believe that worked. Oh my goodness. This game is cruel and how tense it makes you. And it must have to jump up to that. Did we do it? What? No! I didn't mean to jump twice. I've never got that far before. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, we're gonna go to the last one now, and it's the Amiga version. So let's have a look at the Amiga version of Manic Miner 2, and you'll see exactly what I mean about how nice graphics don't make a game. Yeah, looks lovely. It's a multi-load game. Every level's loaded. But it's so zoomed in. The music's wrong. Miner Willie looks like he's drugged, or at least half asleep. He doesn't look happy to be here. Well, he wouldn't. He's trapped in a mine. Of course he's not happy to be here, but he looks a bit like an Inspector Clouseau. And you see, it's zoomed in to the point where you don't know where you're going all the time. You have to know the level layout before you can actually play the game. I will say this for it, however, it's nice and smooth. The game runs really well. It's smooth, it looks nice, it sounds pretty good. But it's not Manic Miner. You can't see the whole level. There's no reason why I couldn't have had the whole level. Rather than be zoomed in like this. You could still update the graphics and it would still be just as nice. Oh, they are lollipops, okay. Well, now we know. Ah! Didn't do that well, did I? My goodness. Okay, we won't try and be clever, we'll just wait for the penguin to go past. There is literally no way for you to know which way to go unless you've played this already, and it's not good. That's not what you want from a game, to have to memorise the level layout just to be able to play. It's just not right. But aside from that aside, it is a decent conversion. It's smooth, it's fun to play, it responds really well. But now I don't know where the penguin is at the bottom until I'm almost on it. It could have been right underneath me. There's no way to plan ahead and use the strategies that, as players of Manic Miner, we've all learned from playing the original. Oh, the flamingos! Okay. Well, at least now I know. Also, now I can't see as easy that this platform is going to fall apart. Which... Oh, come on! Yeah, I was going to die either way there. The timing was wrong. See what I mean? I couldn't tell where that other one was to get the timing right, because you just can't see it until you're pretty much on top of it, which is no good. No good at all. Yeah, this is not as good. No, we're not going to. So, there we are. That's Manic Miner 2 on the Amiga. It looks nice, it plays nice, but it's not Manic Miner. It makes it a bit more difficult by zooming in, and it shouldn't. There's no reason for an Amiga with its resolution that's much, much greater than the original Spectrum to have been required to zoom in just to get better graphics. We could have had improved graphics and the same size. But anyway, that's the game. It's Manic Miner 2 on the Amiga, and yeah, it's got nice graphics, nice sound, it plays okay, but because it's zoomed in, it detracts from your strategy, which ultimately means that it's really not Manic Miner. So, there we have it. If you're going to go for the classic game, which is what you really want, then go for the classic game, not the updated one, because graphics don't make a game. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like this, and if you did, remember to click the like button, share it with your friends so that they can see a good game too, and do subscribe for future videos because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching the GameHammer, we've been looking at Manic Miner, and we'll see you next time.